Where fucking
What did I miss?
IFBB PRO?
What did I miss? Let's go. Let's go. I'm whipping around on like 600 acres. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You just better not ask for no favor. Let's go.
Good morning, chat. It is 7:21 in the morning. I have been up since probably 5. I have not been able to go to sleep, and I fell asleep at like 1:30 last night. So I don't know why. I'm just having one of those mornings and one of those nights where my body just cannot relax. I low-key think so. The other day, I took some Delta 8 THC gummies, and I don't smoke, okay? I haven't smoked or done anything like that. Fuck, bro. Maybe since I was like 19. Like, I just stopped. Like, I don't really like smoking. That shit makes me sad. And it just doesn't work for me, okay? It doesn't work. So, I haven't done it in a while. The lady I bought it from the smoke shop. The lady was like, yo. The lady was like, yo, it's very fucking strong. Like, take half of one. She's like, when's the last time you smoked or any of that? I was like, yeah, 19. She's like, how old are you? I'm like, yeah, 25. She was like, ooh. She was like, honestly, like I would take a half of one, like even less, honestly, because she was like, they're super strong. We have people coming here all the time just talking about how strong they are. I'm like, man, all right. So I take half of one, right? And I'm not feeling shit, right? Like, I'm not really feeling shit. It's been like, probably like, maybe like 30 minutes. 15 minutes go by, I'm on the game. Okay, shit starts setting in. Body feeling good, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling loose. Nigga, I'm on that game, like, stress-free. Like, I'm just relaxed. It's like a smooth, like, buzz type shit. And I'm talking about, I'm going stupid. I'm going crazy. I'm on rank play Warzone. I'm going crazy. And I'm slaying shit. I'm like, yo, I feel great. Like, why don't I do this more? And I'm over here having a good time in the game. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not tired. I was like, it's already been like a smooth like hour 15. It's probably already set in like the way it's supposed to be. I was like, let me just take a little more. Let me just take one more. So I take the other half. Smooth. 30, 45 minutes go by. I'm a little bit more, but I'm like, shit, I'm still chilling. You know what I'm saying? So then my homeboy says he wants to get off the game. I was like, yo, actually, imagine how good, because I eat all day, right? I've been pitting more Red True Time, so I ain't got no appetite. And I'm like, imagine if I eat one more gummy, right? One more half of a gummy. And then I go in there, I had some leftover pizza from the other night when I had a cheat meal. And I was like, kill that shit. I haven't ate shit. Like, I don't think I ate like since like breakfast. Like, I really didn't eat all day. I had no appetite. It was just one of those weird days. Every time I have a cheat meal, my appetite gets thrown off and shit. Getting ready for bed. I'm like smooth, tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating pizza. I'm feeling good. Boy, look at here. Next thing you know, bro, I'm like sitting here like this, like cheesing, like smiling, like, Next thing you know, type shit, right? And I'm like, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck? Nigga, I wasn't breathing. I was so high. I forgot to breathe for a second, buddy. I was like, oh shit, this shit hit me quick. Like, I'm telling you, I'm chilling up. And I'm like, I'm not freaking out, but I'm just like, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, like, you know when the realization hits? I was like, oh shit. Nigga, I'm high as fuck. I could not stop cheesing. I felt like I was sinking into the bed. I'm getting the spins. Like, bro, I was tired, but I was so high that I couldn't sleep because every time I would like close my eyes, it felt like I was sinking into bed and spinning. Some shits are getting thrown away. I can't take I'm up, bro. I can't take shit that y'all young niggas take, bro. Like, how the fuck y'all do that shit, bro? I just don't get it. The high Delta 8 weed, THC, all that shit, that shit is, ugh. But welcome to another YouTube vlog. What is going on, twin? Today, we are gonna be doing a full day of eating. I know y'all been asking about this a lot since Unk is pretty shredded right now. So I'm gonna go run y'all over on what a full day of eating looks like for me. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, bro. It changes day by day and what the type of meals and shit I eat. Like sometimes I just won't have like a stomach for chicken and rice, and some days I won't have a stomach for French toast. So I switch it up, but I'm gonna give y'all like, you know, kind of like a rough draft. And basically what I eat every single day, I eat 25 to 2,600 calories. I'm doing my 5 to 6 days of cardio for about 40 minutes. So yeah, everything pretty much stays the same. So let me take you through a full day of eating. I had a cheat meal last night too, so I'm not looking as lean as I should, but I'm pretty happy with that. We're definitely around the realm. We're definitely lower than 9%. We're lower than 9%, absolutely, for sure. I remember somebody on my TikTok live was like, yeah, you're like 10%. I'm like, you're fucking high. Like, you almost cooked, never rate again. I had low expectations going to these, but honestly, these things turned out to be like one of the best breakfast rotations I've possibly have ever had when it comes to me like being on my diet and being on my fitness journey. These things are 2 waffles for roughly about 70 grams is 220 calories. So they're not really crazy in protein. They're only about 13 grams of protein per serving. So roughly around 6 to 7 grams of protein per waffle. But at the same time, these things are immaculate. And all you have to do is put them in the toaster. I put them in there for about 2 minutes. They come out crispy, they come out nice. They also even have pancakes. So if you need something like a quick alternative before you go into work or whatever you got, or maybe you just don't feel like cooking breakfast, bro, like literally the pancakes, you put them in the fucking microwave for about 2 to a minute and a half. And then for the waffles, literally you put them in the toaster and that's literally it. Then we pair that with the golden turkey bacon. I have turkey bacon pretty much every single morning. It's honestly one of my favorite protein sources out of the mix, and it always has been even since I was a kid. I've just always liked turkey bacon more than regular bacon, and I've always been a big bacon fan. My grandma used to make me a lot of turkey bacon when I was a kid, and I guess it just always sticked with me for the rest of my life. So I just love turkey bacon. So I only have around like 3 strips. I get these from Publix if y'all have that near you, and they're about roughly 45 calories each slice. I do about 3, so roughly about 120 to 130 calories. And they have about 6 grams of protein per slice. So we're talking about 21 grams of protein, and then we add like probably another 30 to 40. So we're hitting probably about 50 to 60 grams of protein for our breakfast. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I had a maid come over yesterday, and I think she changed the setting on my toaster on accident, so these bitches are a little burnt. It's all right, I like them a little crispy. For my turkey bacon, I like it easy, simple, just a little bit of garlic salt, and that's pretty much about it. You don't need nothing too more. And I like it a little bit soft. All right, so we got breakfast done. Did not do a good job of cooking. If y'all tap into my Snapchat, I actually go crazy, but of course the day I film a YouTube video, this doesn't look the best, okay? It's not my best work. We have our 4 Premier Protein waffles with a little bit of strawberries, and then we also have sugar-free syrup. Then we also have 3 slices of turkey bacon. Usually I add a little bit more, like possibly like some bananas for carbs, anything like that, because usually in the morning is when I go train if I don't have work. But at the moment, I did just kind of raise my retatrutide dose just a little bit to 4 milligrams because I was on 3.5 for about a week and a half, and it just honestly just wasn't it. Like I was not as hungry as I was when I was on 3 or 2.5, but I was still just a little bit more than what I was comfortable with. I pretty much found that perfect sweet spot for me when it comes to retatrutide. So right now I still can eat like a regular breakfast. I kind of space my meals out a little bit farther in between, which is actually perfect. And now I can only add some strawberries and then my waffles and then some turkey bacon. Usually I would have eggs on the side just for a little bit more healthy fats. But yeah, I can't do that right now. We might try to include our 2 eggs in another meal today, and it's only 7:30, so I definitely think we can make that happen. But that is basically going to be breakfast. So for the macros for meal number 1, which is going to be our breakfast, for our 4 Premier Protein waffles, our 3 slices of turkey bacon, around 15 to 20 grams of sliced strawberries. That is going to put us around 550 calories, 52 grams of protein, 38 grams of carbs, and 26 grams of fats. So that is going to be meal number 1. This is going to be a meal that I'm going to eat, probably wait a couple hours, and then we're going to go train. I think we're going to be training some heavy back today, and possibly 2 leg movements because I still haven't hit legs since the beginning of the year. So yeah, don't make fun of me. It's kind of sad, I know, but we're gonna kill this shit, and then we're gonna get ready to start our day. All right, so this is post breakfast also, and then remember we had a cheat meal last night, so we're not looking as on point as we usually do. We'll probably come back either tomorrow once we sauna, do a little bit of our cardio, or in the next couple of days or so. But I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little check-in. Yes, I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking like somebody's auntie right now. I got a do-rag on, I got a face mask on, you know what I'm saying? That's that good hygiene. You can look good all you want, okay? But the hoes, they want to see you good hygiene, smelling good, looking nice, you know what I'm saying? Got to combat the acne. I have always had acne just a little bit, or like razor bumps. So, you know what I'm saying? I get the face mask every few days. But this is what we're currently looking like right now. I kind of wanted to show y'all a little check-in of what we're looking like on our full day of eating. And also before I get the day started, because we were about to send check-ins to our coach, we weighed in at 204 pounds, which is a little bit heavier, a few pounds heavier than what I have been the past week or so. So we're definitely holding on to a little bit of water, but this is how we're currently looking. No pump. I haven't lifted in like 3 days because we had some shit going on. But this is what we're looking like. Really flat. We got the striations and the delts, the triceps, obliques coming in. Chest is just a little flat right now. We're a little flat. This is how we're currently looking. So hopefully when we get a pump today, hitting back and legs and a little bit of abs after we do our cardio sauna, we look a lot better. But we are fucking peeled right now. All right, gang, time for meal 2. This is going to be our pre-workout meal. If you watch the YouTube video, you already know what the fuck type of timer we is on. We gotta go with the GOAT. Oh, this bitch broken. Looks like I'm having an extra one, coach. Sorry. Out of my control. We got chocolate rice cakes, the GOAT. It's either chocolate or caramel. Preferably, gotta be honest, chocolate. So what we do is, we're gonna grab 4 rice cakes, and I want to go for something that is easy to digest, quick access to carbs, which is exactly rice cakes. The only pre-workout meal that I have other than rice cakes would probably be the borders of oats. But honestly, with the way my digestive system is right now, it just doesn't digest it as good as it usually does. It still digests it really good, but it takes a little bit longer time to settle. When I eat rice cakes, it usually takes about 30 to 45 minutes where I feel like I'm very, it usually takes around 30 to 45 minutes where I feel like my stomach's pretty much digested it to its full extent. And then that's when I go lift, because I hate lifting on a full stomach. It makes me just feel kind of sick. Next, added to that, we are gonna have our peanut butter. Now, this is honestly not the best thing when it comes to add to your pump stat, because this will slow down the digestion of our carbs. So the carbs won't kick in that fast, but at the same time, it's fucking good. I just don't feel like eating some plain dry ass rice cakes. So I'm putting some peanut butter on that motherfucker. Then we also add a banana for extra pump. Of course, bananas are amazing for pre-workout, for at least personally for me. Quick digestive, good source of carbs in my personal opinion, and I love them. I love it. And then to finally top it off, we have some syrup, but we're not using sugar-free syrup. We're using regular syrup for the sugar benefits. Now, I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit lazy. I do not measure out my peanut butter at the moment just because I don't really give a fuck, if I gotta be honest. I'm very lean already, so I just feel like the calories in this really doesn't make that big of a deal, especially since I'm maintaining this leanness while I'm having stuff like this into my diet. And I feel like since I've been doing this, for the past, at least for this pre-workout meal for the past couple months, and I've only seen just, and I've still just seeing reduced, and I'm still just seeing me getting leaner. I just feel like it really just does not matter, if I'm gonna be honest. If you're on prep or anything like that, that is completely different. I'm not trying to be a bad example, but at the same time, for me personally, this is what works for me, and I've been seeing results out of it, so I just don't really care enough to measure my peanut butter. And I put a lot on that bitch, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna top that with some Concord jelly. Low-key, strawberry jelly on this would actually probably be insane, I'm not gonna lie. A little jelly on that bitch, I don't measure this shit out either. Give us a little bit more of that sugar and also taste a lot better. It tastes really good with peanut butter, but with that jelly, it just adds that sweetness. You feel what I'm saying? So it's actually enjoyable
pre-workout meal instead of us just eating like some chicken and rice and some shit, you feel me? Most important thing when it comes to this diet right now is to make it enjoyable. Make it enjoyable, make it like where I don't feel like I'm dieting too hard. And honestly, for these past couple months, I feel like I've done exactly that. I don't feel like I'm dieting too hard. I don't get terrible cravings. Of course, I'm still getting cravings because obviously I'm extremely lean, and that's just what's gonna happen regardless if I'm gonna run it too tight or not. But I feel fucking great. I feel like I can eat this stuff pretty much year round and still be pretty happy. Obviously, switch things around a little bit. I just added some chicken and waffles sometimes in the mornings. It just takes a little bit longer to make. I have to pre-make the fried chicken, so that is not going to be an every morning thing just because I am fucking lazy, but it was still pretty gas. On top of the carbs, on top of the sugar, we're also going to add in 1.5 scoops of Pump Daddy Candy Watermelon by Rise. Then we're also going to add some Tadalafil. Both of these are going to be linked in the description if you want to try it. This is basically going to be non-stim pre-workout, so it's basically going to be straight nitric oxide. It's going to give you a crazy ass pump. Tadalafil is basically going to be like liquid Cialis. So again, you're gonna feel fucking great. This also helps with blood pressure, and if you want to, you know what I'm saying, tag some shit. I know y'all don't get no hoes. Hey, me too. But if you, for once in your life, if you was pulling some hoes and you're about to do the deed, you take a little bit of this. It helps the pump, if you get what I'm saying. All right, man, so that's basically gonna be the pre-workout meal. We are about to go train some back and a little bit of legs for the first time in a minute. We also have 35 minutes of cardio we gotta do and a little bit of abs. So I'm about to kill this shit. We are gonna go train and get some good work in. I'm really excited because since we are competing again, we have to have an insane back day. So if you're looking to have a crazy back day, you wanna switch things up, make sure you follow me to the gym, nigga. I'm gonna be targeting a lot of upper back. I can stray away from lower back just a little bit. My lower back has actually improved a lot, which is kind of weird since I kind of took a break from bodybuilding and I wasn't really training at all, and then my lower back was like a big like weak point for me. So I don't know what happened, but our lower back came up hella. We just have to hella bring up our upper back and our rhomboids. Lats were kind of okay in that department, but I still need to add a little bit more growth because that's what's going to help me on the pro stage when we place top 5, because we have big ass lats and great shape. So I'm going to kill this shit, and then I'll see y'all at the gym. FN. Finally got some good music dropping. Show face, so wait, just think. Show me how you think good now, cause I saw what you didn't like, that you. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. He's been on a little cold streak recently, and this album changed my mind. Finally, we have somebody making some good fucking music. I feel like, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like music recently has been so fucking dull and stale, bro. Like, every single rapper, every time they drop, y'all remember back in like 2016, 2018 era, shit, even a little bit of 2020, when a rapper would drop an album, like if Lil Uzi, Trippie Redd, you know what I'm saying, 21 Savage, when they drop an album, you would play that shit for months, bro. Months, nigga. Like, it would have y'all in a chokehold, bro. Now, it's even the same rappers. It's like you play that shit for, I don't know, a week, possibly 2 if it's real, like if it's good, and then you never, you know what I'm saying, you never really play that shit again, or you stop seeing that bitch on TikTok. And like, bro, music just don't hit the same. I don't know if it's because maybe everybody's sounding the same now, or it's just getting hella repetitive, or what it is, bro. But I'm telling y'all, bro, music sounds so dull and lifeless and soulless. Like, ain't shit good no more. Like, rap music is just trash now, bro. And like, even listen to like, this maybe gonna sound like a but even listening to like new shit, right? Like the new rappers coming up, I'm like, y'all niggas really listen to this? Like, this shit is whack, bro. Like, I don't know. Y'all let me know down in the comment section. I feel like rap is honestly dying, like really bad. It's crazy because I feel like alternative, like rock and music is coming back, and I hope it does, because that low-key was my favorite era. I'm talking about, bro, I used to straighten my hair, push that bitch to the side type shit. You know what I'm saying? Push that bitch to the side and all that, bro. Like, I was really one of them. I was really one of them. I used to skateboard, fat ass monsters, listen, you know what I'm saying? Like old music, like Green Day back in the day. I used to love that shit. Man, that's an era. I would, hopefully that shit never gets out in public. But bro, music is just so lifeless now. It's not good no more. So nothing really be hitting in the gym until that new Drake album drop. Now that shit, I'm excited for that. That's the only album this year I'm actually excited for. All right, chat, first exercise in. Starting off with the back day. So I told y'all today's mostly gonna be focused on our rowing motions for the thickness of our back to get ready to compete. I'm rowing more elevated so I can target my upper back, if that kind of makes sense. And I'm gonna try to do this 3 times a week from now on for my upper back. Oh man, this shit's already hurt. I'm trying to go to Olympia, baby. Ooh, my upper back already burning. That's our first set in. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even get a warm up. I just put 45 plates on that bitch and started going at it for a second. I'm gonna try to tag some lats. I'll probably do 1 weighted exercise with either straight arm lat pull downs or regular lat pull down. Do it at like a neutral wide grip. And we'll probably end off the workout with maybe like 2 sets of failure on like wide grip pull-ups. All right, chat, we're gonna add a 25 to each side. So slowly want to increase the weight. I feel like this is probably all I'm gonna need. I don't see me needing to go higher for what I'm looking for, at least right now. So I'll probably leave it with the 2 plates and a 45 and see how it feels. I want to make sure I'm not just throwing the weight around doing dumbass shit. We got to train optimal now if we want to make it to Olympia. Yes, sir. Ooh, yeah, that weight is perfect. I think I got a solid, like, really I got 12, but I think I got like 11 really solid reps. Holding on the concentric, slowly letting go on the eccentric. So I feel like this fucking back gonna grow in the next like 6 to 8 months to crank that top 5 at that pro shop. All right, chat, so now we're moving on to another chest supported row, but this one's gonna help us with our mid back. I was originally gonna go to a different rowing machine, but I got in trouble for recording, so I wanna be a little bit respectful of everybody here and not get too many people in the camera, if you feel what I'm saying. I tell y'all what, bro, if y'all wanna do this as a living, you're gonna have to work around people, man, because at the end of the day, you're in their way, you feel what I'm saying? So you gotta be respectful as you can, respect people and their privacy, and just keep it pushing, you feel what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do is probably go, what should I do, Chad? Probably like 3 sets. I'm gonna do 3 sets of 8 to 12. I'm gonna increase the weight each set. And then on my last set, my 4th set, I'm gonna go to a heavy 6 to 8, and then we'll drop the weight about 50–60%, and then we'll go to an all-out failure. And then after that, we'll probably have 1 more rowing motion after that. Some really slight, maybe like Smith machine rows, really light. Focus on more of the contraction, and then probably move on to lats, and then probably end the workout there for at least back at least. All right. Ooh, that's perfect. So like I said, around 8 to 12 for this set. I'm gonna shoot for 10 to 12. I got a little sloppy at the end of there. I gotta hold that a little bit more. But that was a good set. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm listening to this new song. I think it's by Lil Dole or some shit. Bro, y'all tap into the song right here. This shit is so hard, bro. I was fucking with the new Yeats album, and then his old shit keep popping up in rotation. But his old shit crazy. I mean, his new shit is smooth, but it's not like, I don't know, maybe it's like the nostalgia that comes with the old Yeet. I remember like the first Yeet song I heard, I think I was in my first prep. And I was like, yo, at first I was a hater, bro, I'm not gonna lie. And then, bro, grew on me, because his sound was so different from back. Like, I think that's the first time we heard somebody sound like that since in like 2022, no? This set right here, we'll be going to like 8 to 10 in that room. That was a solid 10. I'll take that. I almost lost my form there for a second. I ended up bringing that shit back at the end though. Fuck. really going for more. Again, focus on the eccentric and eccentric motions. About a 2-second pause at the top of the rep and kind of just feel as much as we can. Touch your body like that. Oh, don't do it. Please don't do it. Ooh, oh Drake, don't be going crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I don't care what y'all say. Every single light skin nigga back in the day wanted to be Drake. Come on, bro, let's be real. Dead ass. Not me now, being like a grown ass man. I can't be a grown ass man, wanting to be a grown ass man, all right? Trying to play crossplay, okay? But every little nigga back in the day, I don't give a fuck who you are, what you doing. Every little light skin nigga wanted to be Drake back in the day. Come on. There you go. All right, drop the weight. Different at all. Come on. Ooh, my back is fried. Ooh, that's how you know you're getting that work in when you start to cramp. Not really. Or you just drink enough water. You ain't got a cramp. You get a good workout in. All right. And I already noticed some of the science people come in. Damn. I'm choked up. And I'm cramping. Y'all hear me? Heavy breathing? Fuck. I'm getting old, bro. We got our lat pull downs. I'm gonna be using kind of like a shorter neutral grip. Neutral grip is one of my favorites when it comes to lat. And I think for these, I'm not gonna go too crazy on these. About 3 sets, 12 to 15. It's like the first time I hit back. I'm like a week. It feels good to have a nice lat pump. I haven't really done lat pull downs in a minute. I've been doing straight arm lat pull downs with a long cable attachment. So I kind of wanted to switch it up a little bit today. Like I'm getting a better, I feel like I'm getting better reps, maybe because my muscle condition is better. I feel a lot of activation in my lower back when I do lat pull downs. So, I mean, that's a good thing as well. And I think that's why my lower back has improved slightly from where it used to be, even without, training too much. We might be adding a wide grip pull up at the end of this workout for sure, just to put a little more emphasis on the last, at least 2 sets. We got, I think, one more exercise after this, and we're pretty much done with back. Ooh, I've been here a little bit longer than what I want to be honest. We can go to failure, then we're gonna drop set it. Fuck. Ooh, I fatigued a little bit faster than I wanted to right now. I don't know why that happened so fast. Maybe because I'm pushing the intensity a little bit higher today. And I haven't trained back in a week, so that pretty much makes sense. We'll finish with back. And then we're gonna tag a little bit of legs, a little bit of abs, and get out of here. All right, gang, so this is gonna have to be our last exercise, at least today, on back, because every single fucking machine, pull-up bar, everything is taking. Like, it's absurd. So I gotta use this lat machine. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end this off on 2 sets of failure, and then we're pretty much gonna be finished for today. I'm telling y'all, bro, y'all make me like 6'4", it's over. All right. Okay, this don't feel bad. I wanted to do it Smith machine rows, but I ain't gonna touch them Smith machines for so long, gang. Ain't no point. Fuck.
Okay.
All right, chat. It's a full day video, so I'll show the pump at the end of this workout, but I gotta get this camera out of everybody's way before they kick my ass out. All right, chat, welcome back to the crib. We are just now heading back there to take care of a few affairs, but we are now on meal number 3, which is actually perfect because it's just now 7 o'clock. I only eat around like 4 to 5 meals depending on the day. How's everything going? But I just kind of rose up my calories. Me and my coach rose up my calories just slightly a little bit just because we realized I can work with more calories. And I honestly haven't really been doing that much cardio. I was at first doing about 6 days a week, about 45 minutes. Now I'm going to like 4 days a week, around 30 minutes, and I continue to get leaner. So we're kind of trying to figure out that sweet spot on what I can do to maybe I can work with a lot more food and maybe not do pretty much any cardio other than like maybe 4 days or 20 minutes, maybe getting to my steps in and everything like that, and sustain this body fat, maybe get a little bit leaner. Right now, I would say I want to get probably half a body fat percentage leaner. And then I'm done, I'm cut. I don't wanna get any more leaner. Right now, energy levels are feeling great ever since I cut out a little bit of cardio. And then we added more food. So now instead of, we were eating like 24, 25, now we're eating like a realm of 26, 27, possibly even going to 28 in the next couple weeks here, tracking the weight and see how everything goes. Meal number 3, we have 210 grams of sticky white rice. Then we also have our 7 ounces of chicken. This is a very plain Jane, nothing crazy type of meal. At the end of the night is when we will be spicing things up a little bit. But in the middle of the day is usually when I have, you know, to either record my videos, edit my videos, have coaching phone calls, or I had work or anything like that. So usually in the middle of the day is when I kind of eat really, really plain. Like especially when I had work, I would bring it to work and I would just meal prep like some chicken, some fucking rice, and maybe a little bit of veggies in there. And then that would be pretty much my meals. And at night is when I usually have my cravings, especially right now, because I live like right next door to a fucking Cheesecake Factory and ice cream shop. So I could really walk my ass over there, less than a football field away, by the way, and go get a fucking cheeseburger, some ice cream, little cheesecake, you know, some chocolate bread, you know what I'm saying? I could really go tear some shit up, all right? I live in the middle of the city, but we're staying locked in. We're down on our fucking diet. So meal number 3 is basically gonna consist so meal number 3 is gonna be about 562 calories. This meal right here is gonna put us right slightly above at 1,700 calories at 1,703. So we still have a lot of food to go, and you will understand at the end of the night on why I kind of save my favorite food at the end of the night. I feel like it's the big priority. I usually like to start my morning off with my favorite fucking thing, which is my breakfast, my waffles, my French toast, whatever it is, something that helps those cravings so I can go into the day without thinking of food, especially being this lean when the growth levels are extremely high. And then I like to end off the night on my best, most fulfilling food to also help me at night when I'm relaxing. And if I just can't sleep one night and I could just walk across the street and go, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I can go DoorDash, you know what I'm saying? Everything is right here in my arm's reach. So now I'm trying to make sure at the beginning of the day, I start off with something that satisfies my cravings. And at the end of the day, I satisfy my cravings, especially leading up to that next day, especially around Fridays, because I like to have my cheat meals on like Saturdays or Sunday. But I'm gonna crush meal number 3. We have a couple things that we need to do, and then I will see y'all for meal number 4. For meal number 4, we have 7 ounces of 90% ground beef, and then we also have 4 ounces of potatoes. Keep in mind, your boy has been dieting for a few months now, okay? So simple things like ground beef, a little bit of hot sauce, and potatoes go a long way for me, all right? So the reason I like ground beef is because I feel like my body actually responds decently well off fattier foods, but right now, since I am on Red or True Tide, and I did bump it up to 4 milligrams weekly, it is extremely difficult for me to process high fatty foods. Something as in peanut butter or eggs, I have no problem digesting. Now, once we go to the ground beef, or then once we go into the salmon, I'm having a little bit of digestive issues just strictly from Retta, because it's my first time ever kind of dealing with it. Also steak, it really doesn't bother my stomach at all. So even though it does bother my stomach, but it's not pretty much guaranteed. It really depends on how much of the amount I eat. So I'm kind of limiting myself, at least right now, to only having beef maybe once every day or once every 2 days or so. And the reason I'm implementing beef into my diet is because since I am, again, on higher doses of Red or True Tide, I want to have something a little bit higher in fats to get a little bit more easier calories in, because I gotta be honest, eating around 27 to 2,600 calories for me right now is not the easiest depending on what I eat and depending on day by day. So instead of eating chicken or maybe salmon, So instead of eating chicken or turkey or shrimp or whatever the fuck I eat, I kind of, So instead of eating chicken, turkey, or something that's extremely lean, I'm trying to eat ground beef right now. And I honestly will probably be switching over to 80 to 20% of ground beef, just so I can make sure I get a little bit more calories in to make me feel a little bit more satiated. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm literally 8% body fat, 100%, and I honestly cannot eat that much. Even when I do have a cheat meal, I can eat a lot in one sitting if I do not eat a lot before my cheat meal. It's what I usually do. I'll eat breakfast early in the morning. I kind of really don't have an appetite for the rest of the day, possibly because I know that I'm having a cheat meal, so I kind of psychologically kind of store that in my mental. And then once I have a cheat meal, I'll eat a decent amount. It really probably won't even be that crazy. Like last cheat meal I had some like burgers, some Swedish fish, and then I think I had like a quarter of a cheesecake, and I just couldn't eat anymore, and I just threw that bitch out. And I was probably at like 600, 700 calories before then. So I really wasn't that big of a surplus that day at all. And I literally woke up a pound lighter the next day. So it's all about controlling yourself. That is gonna be the biggest thing. So if you want to try to get to this body fat, you need to find ways to find increments to put inside your diet to make your life a little bit easier and to make your life a little bit more enjoyable when it comes to the dieting. Try to give yourself a wide variety of foods. And if you don't want to do that, someone like me, I do not like having too much of a wide variety when it comes to food, at least in the weekdays. Now, when I do have my cheat meal, that's a little bit of a different story. I rather have just plain simple, knowing exactly what it is, easy to make, no questions asked. I do this, I've been doing it for years, and then have a great, enjoyable cheat meal in the week. And that personally works best for me. Some people like going above and beyond for all their meals, especially when they're on the diet, and they like having crazy recipes or like crazy pasta or desserts and everything like that. I just don't really give a fuck. I ain't really got time for it. But for you, find a diet that best works for you, and also find small increments that you can make your life just a little bit easier. I'm gonna smash meal number 4. We're gonna move on to our last meal of the night. And then, yeah, that is basically gonna be a full day of eating. I try to keep this as strictly as full day of eating as possible and try not to yap too much and provide as much information for y'all as I possibly can. So if you did have any questions or you feel like I left some things out, please let me know down in the comment section, but I will see y'all in a little bit. All right, chat, this is gonna be the last meal of the night. One of the best meals, so this is gonna help me when it comes to my food cravings, okay? I have a little bit of food cravings, like I said earlier in the video, due to me just being low in body fat and obviously just a normal human being. So this is something I'm doing to attack that and to help me a lot when it comes to those, sweet or sugar cravings. And so if you need something, try this out and maybe, just maybe, it'll work for you. Step number 1 of our late night dessert. We're gonna have our Okio's vanilla bean yogurt. We're gonna have it with extra protein, so it's 23 grams of protein per serving. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 350 grams into our bowl. Now, I have done this for a while, but I spiced up the recipe just a little bit and I added protein. But now I'm not gonna be adding protein just because I just kind of wanna keep that freshness in a sense. I feel like if I add protein to it, sometimes depending on what flavor I add or the certain type of night, it just doesn't have that nice, like fresh sugar. I don't know how to say it. Like honestly, like a fresh taste. I feel like it's too sweet when it comes to putting protein powder in it. And I honestly just don't feel like it's needed, especially how much protein that I'm getting in daily. So right now I'm just leaving it just plain Jane, regular yogurt. So we're gonna add 350 grams into the bowl. Next after that, we're gonna add our dark chocolate granola. These are gonna actually be extra protein. It's really not that much, if I'm gonna really be honest with you. I think it literally has about 13 grams a serving, which is gonna be 67 grams. But we don't use all that because this is pretty decently high on calories. So I would say if you are looking to get more calories in, I would definitely say add this into your diet regimen, because honestly, these are pretty high in calories in my personal opinion with very little volume. But with me, they add a good crunch to the recipe and they have that chocolatey, like sweet taste, and honestly just crunch, especially when you're eating chicken and rice daily. It does a lot for you and it does a lot for your mental. So you add that into the yogurt. We got about 40 grams of that. Next thing we're gonna do, we're also gonna add our chocolate chips. So chocolate chips is gonna give a little bit more of that chocolatey flavor. We're only gonna add about 10 to like 15 grams of the chocolate chips, nothing too crazy. And then boom, that's beautiful, absolutely perfect. Now, so we obviously have the vanilla bean, we have a lot of the chocolate. Now we have to add a little bit of our fruits. So we added 35 grams of strawberries, we have our 350 grams of vanilla bean yogurt, we have 40 grams of our dark chocolate protein granola, and then we also have 15 grams of our semi-sweet chocolate chips. And we have one final step to add a little bit to that sweetness taste, but nothing too crazy. This can be by choice, whatever you want to do, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of sugar-free syrup in there just to give it a little bit more of that sweet taste that we're looking for, instead of honey or something like that to add those unnecessary calories. So this is gonna be our final product of kind of like my protein fruit yogurt dessert that I'm having at the end of the night that helps me so much, especially if it's like a Tuesday or Wednesday and I'm not having a cheat meal to that Saturday or Sunday. I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit right here is so gas. Now, is it gonna be as good as crumble cookie or ice cream or cheesecake? No, but at the same time, we're focusing on discipline. So the closer we can get, the better. So if it's 60 to 70% as good as something like that, it's gonna make us more successful when it comes to our diet, all right? So that's the most important thing, to try to make your diet as sustainable as possible. And this, for me personally, is extremely sustainable and extremely easy. So our yogurt bowl is only gonna be about 430 calories with everything added up together. And then our end of the day macros for today with all our meals tied up together is gonna be 2,651 calories. Breakfast was 550 calories. Meal 2 was 571 calories. Meal number 3 was 562 calories. Meal number 4 was 537 calories. And then meal number 5 is lastly 430 calories, with our macros being at 201 grams of protein, 292 grams of carbs, and then lastly 87 fats. So obviously my fats are gonna be a little bit higher than what they usually are, just because I'm trying to make sure I get in as much food as possible, because right now, even eating 2,600 calories is extremely difficult for me right now, from being on retatrutide and also our stomach just shrinking from just eating low amount of food for the past few months and getting to this lean body fat percentage that I am at the moment. So that is going to be what a full day of eating is going to be for me. That is kind of everything that I'm eating almost on a daily basis. Like I said, there is some meals that I interchange and everything like that and switch it up. It just really depends day by day how my mood is. Sometimes I'll include more desserts. Sometimes I include more whole foods or fruits or lettuce or some shit like that. Like usually there's some days where I just down like insane amount of lettuce, but since I just recently just bumped up my retatrutide, as y'all see, I didn't really have too many veggies, and I promise you I get my veggies in. It's just right now, at least for this next 7 to 10 days, when my body starts slowly adapting and I start adapting to eating a little bit more food, that's when I'll start implementing more of my lettuce and my spinach and everything like that that I add in my regular meals to help me not only with my digestion, my health, but also just to help me stay satiated in between meals or during meals and everything like that. But that is, like I said, full day of eating. I hope you enjoyed it. I try to keep it as strict full day of eating as I possibly can and not have too many yapping clips. If you have any questions on how my diet is, why I did certain things, if you feel like I didn't cover anything, make sure you comment that down below. Sub down if you want to see more, and follow in the journey to Road to Olympia. Like the video if you enjoyed. As always, code ZAY for Young LA. Robbie, make sure you pop all the shit right here. Code ZAY for Young LA, code ZAY for Rise, and code ZAY for Gentleman Peptides. All down in the link description. So one-on-one coaching if you want to make your transformation and get your body right, or if you're looking to step on stage, that is going to be linked down in the description as well. Thank you all if you made it to the end of this video. It means genuinely so much, and I love all y'all so much, and thank y'all for being a part of the grind. And it feels fucking great to be back on the YouTube grind, to be in crazy ass shape, getting back in that bodybuilding mindset. We are still going to be boxing and switching things up. I just had to take a little bit of a step back to focus on one thing at a time. So I'm going to bring a lot more boxing content for y'all. Also a lot more just athletic workouts and everything like that. But thank you all so much. Let me know what you want to see next YouTube video. This is your boy Zay Fit. Peace.